Tigers lead it 1-0 as we head to the second inning here on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan says stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days. Mitch Tormole, the first baseman, will dig in for the Beat Diggers here in the top half of inning number 2. Cody Beaver, the Mead pitcher, having to scrape out some clay from his spikes. The mound is pretty wet. All the infield is pretty wet, but it seems to have handled the moisture that we've had. First pitch delivered, and that's a curveball that doesn't really. It stays outside, and it's 1-0. Beaver has thrown a first pitch curveball to almost every batter. Stays outside again, the count moves 2-0. Beaver only threw 14 pitches in that first inning, but he did give up 2 doubles. Doubles to Vias and Hansen. This pitch waved through and missed. Bottom fell out of it. Tormole swung over the top. Beaver, the left-handed Mead pitcher, comes out of the full windup. That pitch sits up just high. Count will move 3-1. Rush first baseman waiting from that right-handed batter's box. The 3-1 on the way. Called strike on the outside corner, and the count will move full. First full count of the afternoon here. Beaver kicks and fires. Ball slapped out into right center field. Long run for both. And that's going to hit near the fence. Tormole is heading for second. He'll hold up there with a stand-up double. The third double of the ball game for the Brush Beat Diggers. Vias and Shea Hansen had back-to-back doubles. And now Mitch Tormole doubles to right center field. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ken Garcia. Left-handed batter as well. Tormole out to a medium lead at second base. Pitch to the left-hander is off the plate. Ball 1. Top half of inning number 2. The Beat Diggers leading this one 1-0. Trying to tack on to that lead. Pitch floats up high. Count moves 2-0. Overcast skies here at Mead High School. See some patches of blue. Has not rained, though. This pitch slapped out into center field, and Tormole is going to round third, and he's going to have to hold up there. But a base hit for Ken Garcia, and that will put runners at the corners. Just hit that one right back up the box. Now runners on first and third for the catcher, Trevor Blake. Blake wearing jersey 2, playing position 2 for the Beat Diggers. Digs into that right-handed batter's box. Courtesy runner comes in. And I'll have to catch a number here. Dylan Acosta, the courtesy runner. In for the pitcher. They check him, and he's back safely to first base. So Acosta at first base, Mitch Tormole at third. First pitch on the way, coming to Trevor Blake. He takes a look at a strike. First 2 batters to the plate here in the second inning have reached for Brush. Trevor Blake trying to keep that rolling. Check of Acosta, and he is back safe again. Cody Beaver, the left-handed pitcher for the Mead Mavericks, stares in, gets his signs. Pitch floats outside again. Count evens 1-1. Short lead for Mitch Vermeulen out at third base. Acosta starting to move off a little bit. This pitch floats inside. Count moves 2-1. Mead catcher Brian Cummings set up directly behind the plate. Pitch waved at and fouled down the third base line. Count leaving 2-2. Chopped a slow roller over there for Coach Mead, and he'll gobble it up and make the play. So the count moves to 2-2 strikes. Pitch swung on. Slow chopper is going to stay on the line and foul. Hunter Lease, the third baseman for Mead, was sitting right on the third base bag, and he makes the play in foul territory. So the count will stay 2-2. Mitch Vermeulen hit a full count pitch for a double. This will be the sixth pitch of the at-bat coming for Trevor Blake, the only second batter in the game to see 6 pitches. Check of Acosta, and he's back safe at first. Acosta slowly creeping off to a decent-sized lead. Pitch comes home. Stays inside. Did it hit him? No. Stayed inside, was knocked down by Brian Cummings, the catcher. He stopped it. It died right in the back of the batter's box. It almost looked like Blake was hit. The count goes full. Nobody down here in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and third for Brush. Beaver steps off the pitching rubber, chases the runners back to their bases. Gets a sign from catcher Brian Cummings, and he'll bring it home. Swung on and popped up on the right side. First baseman Colby Grind will make the play. And whoops, steps on the bag, and he gets himself a double play. So Acosta on the fly ball was heading for second base, and he gets doubled off. So out number 1 for Trevor Blake, and out number 2 is Acosta, the courtesy runner. So now 2 down, but Vermeulen still at third base. Tough play for Acosta, the courtesy runner. This ball gets away from Brian Cummings, but it didn't go very far. The ball got away from Brian Cummings, not very far. He went racing back, hit the slide, went to throw back to the pitcher. Beaver overthrew him and threw it out towards third base, but no chance for Vermeulen to go anywhere. Coyote Cohen getting his first at-bat of the ball game. He's a number 9 hitter. Barry Mara stands in the on-deck circle. This pitch hit hard out into left field, and that's going to score the run. That's a fair ball, and Cohen rounding second. He's got 2, and he's going to round and look for 3. No, he'll hold up. That ball finally tracked down. Left fielder out there for Mead, John Brady, had a long run to get there, but that is the 4th double of the ball game for the Brush Beat Diggers. And it's an RBI for Cohen. Vermeulen scores the 2nd run of the ball game, and that'll get the Beat Diggers back to the top of the lineup. Gregory Morris led off the ball game with a ground out to the shortstop. Cohen stands on second base. Ball gets away from Cummings, the catcher. There may be a play at third base here. Nope. Catcher Brian Cummings came up to the ball pretty quickly, but Cohen is able to get there on the wild pitch. So the Beat Diggers have a runner 90 feet away again. Mars with a 1-0 count. Oh, did we get a timeout? Catcher Brian Cummings didn't even have his glove on. He was digging at his shoes. And the pitcher, Cody Beaver, was starting to head home with it. He stopped when he saw that his catcher didn't have a glove on. Don't know if time had actually been called or not, but it was granted. Pitch comes down low for ball 2. So Beaver will work out of the full windup with a runner on third base. This pitch floats outside, and all of a sudden Mares has a 3-0 count. The Brush third baseman, he's taking all the way here with a 3-0 count. Yep, he's showing bunt. Pitch hits just outside for ball 4. So that'll put Mares on first base. Howdy Cohen still standing out at third base. And Jesus Cardenas, the right fielder, will step in for the Brush Beat Diggers. Mead catcher Brian Cummings wants to talk it over with his pitcher on what they're going to do with runners on the corners. Brush with a 2-zip lead here in the top of the second now. Let's see if they're sending Mares. They're holding Mares at first, not holding Cody Cohen. Ball gets away from the catcher, is delivered inside. Did it hit him? Nope, it hit him. So the pitch hits Jesus Cardenas. So that loads him up. Or Christian Valles, who doubled his last time up. He doubled out into right field. Bases juiced with Beat Diggers. 2 down here in the top half of inning number 2. 1 run across here in the inning. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Bias doubled and scored his last time. The 1-0. Swung on, hit out to the shortstop. He gobbles it up. He's going to take it himself. The Mavericks get out of the inning, but the Beat Diggers add 1 more. It's 2-zip heading to the bottom of the second here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.